allowed to stream more than 6,000 bitrate anyway. Do we have quality options? Wait, why is there no 1080? What? The source should be fucking...
confused.
Can I separate like my different captures? Oh, there we go.
Wait, we are gonna watch the intro?
No. Are we live, Dan?
Yeah.
So why? I'm confused. Why are the racers in our voice? Okay, why don't they count down? Why don't they count down in the other stream themselves so that we can like introduce the tournament and everything, right? I think that's probably the best thing to do. All right. Well, welcome everyone. I'm here. My name is Thunder. I'm here with Zyphris, and today we are introducing the 2024 Kakariko Classic. Very excited to organize and host this tournament with the help of a lot of people. I've done a lot of Defeat Gan tournaments in the past, and this one is a little bit special because it's very nostalgic and I think special to a lot of people, and very, very excited to get this tournament going today. And just preliminary thank you to RTA Dan, who's restreaming for us, and there's been help from a lot of other people as well. A lot of people I've gotten advice from and help from with organizing this tournament. So I'll hand it off to Zyphris. He wants to say a little something. So
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Zyphris. Some of you might know me as Criticals. I used to speedrun a lot of Ocarina of Time, primarily Defeat Gan and no SRM, and I'm here today commentating with Thunder. And I just wanted to say a huge shout out to everybody in the Ocarina of Time community, regardless of category that you ran. You know, a lot of people know about the infamous runs from this category right here, and the very route that started it all with Kakariko Classic. Unfortunately, we call it Classic today, but it is such a well-renowned route that everybody will know it when they see it. So I'm very excited to see some runs from the place that started it all for a lot of us, myself included, and Thunder as well. And I'm sure many of you in chat.
yeah, absolutely. I think we can definitely get this race going if the races are ready. If we can get a message to them that they are good to count down in the VC. But yeah, I mean, definitely. I think that I think Ocarina of Time has been through a lot of changes recently, and
Absolutely.
it's really changed the landscape of the game. And so I think having a little sort of like a nostalgic competition like this, I think is good for Ocarina of Time, and I hope it is, and I hope that I hope people really enjoy this because I think this is such a great route for beginners, but also like Zyphris was saying, it's the route that we know and love. It's the route that sort of drew a lot of us into Ocarina of Time speedrunning, and something that we will remember.
It was inspiration for many of us. I grew up on this game as a kid. I started playing this game when I was 4 years old, and then, around the age of like 16, I saw on YouTube a video of the infamous 1810 run, or I guess that would be the famous 1810 run, and then just seeing the category develop over time was so fascinating. I mean, I'm sure many of you seeing the wrong word for the very first time were like, "Oh my goodness, what just happened?" You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it was an absolutely monumental moment. So,
all right, let's get this race started then. Let's see.
let's do it. Best of luck to the runners and everybody coming afterwards as well. This is going to be very awesome.
All right, I just sent a message to the racers. They should be good to go.
Should we do I mean, surely most people know, but should we do a little explanation of CAC route for people that aren't aware?
Oh, we certainly can. Yeah.
You want to start?
Would you like to? I could. Sure. I mean, essentially, this is an older version of the defeat Ganon route. Or sorry, it's the older version of the defeat Ganon category. This is their version of the route, of the Kakariko route that was ran back in the past. So essentially, the idea is obviously it's the same construct as the category has always been, in that we're trying to defeat Ganon without the use of SRM as fast as possible. And yeah, we're just going to Kakariko. We are not doing Gim. So in terms of this tournament, there will be no get item delay, there will be no quick put away, and there will be no TSC collapse skip. So essentially, removing those tricks, we are opening the doors for a lot of older tricks to be used, and I think it's going to be really interesting to see how different players have practiced and potentially mastered those strats leading up to this tournament. So going to Kakariko to get bottle instead of getting bottle through get item delay, and then going to the Deku Tree, doing the wrong warp in Goma's room, and then finishing the game by doing old school collapse, which is going to be really interesting. So either insta-clip or void warp, or just going down the tower. So it's going to be really interesting to see the variety of strats used by different players. And it looks like we're going to have a quick restart at the beginning here. First day of the tournament, so thank you all for bearing with us in terms of technical difficulties and any issues we've had at the beginning. So yeah, just appreciate that.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Thank you for bringing that up now. Japanese, if you have the Japanese start text for the game where it says you must use the classic controller, actually saves 0.4 seconds over the FNF% that everybody knows and loves. So that's interesting. They will save some time on save warps.
So what are the differences on... Yeah, so what are the differences on platform we have here? Do we have differences? Why is...
exactly?
Sorry, I missed that. Why is Caidren saving time? I missed that.
Oh, because Caidren is using the Japanese localization for their console or whatever they're running on. So the title or the text that comes up that says you must use the classic controller will appear in Japanese, which for some reason is 0.4 seconds faster than the FNF%, which is specified localization.
Got it.
Alright, we got some chest opening.
Yeah, it looks like both streams are synced up pretty well. Both runners are at the sword chest. So now it's interesting, right? So I mean, these two runners are both getting sword. I think it's going to be interesting to see if we have any runners in this tournament who actually opt to not go for sword.
I think I have some information, but I'll leave that.
Yeah.
We'll see what's going on.
I've definitely been watching some of the people practicing, and I don't want to spoil anything, but we have some players that have been practicing very, very hard and for a long time, so it should be really interesting to see this route done by some really, really talented Ocarina of Time players. I'm really excited to see that. Just grateful to yeah.
Sorry, I'm interested to see the difference in how these runners do their aqua escape here, because you can do the down roll target here. I believe that's what Darker's gonna do. Yeah, that's okay. They're still gonna get the one ESS turn.
Ah, then
Almost.
I just missed. Yeah, usually when
it looks
happens...
like Caidren went for the target on the wall, which is what I've been seeing most people do for safety. I believe I saw Habel do that recently.
It's a good strat. It's like a really good intermediate strat for Aqua Escape. I used it for a really long time before the roll and target, or the half YOLO, whatever you want to call it. It's the roll and target is a little awkward to learn at first. Because it's kind of a feel trick in terms of getting the angle for the wall, but then once you know it, you kind of know it, and then it gets easier.
100%.
Oh, Darker going for the red rupee strat. I like that. The jump slash.
The dive slash. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting also to see the rupee routes as well, because Caidren did not get the red rupee. Caidren got rupees in Forest.
That's actually interesting. I didn't.
Yeah, so I
notice
think
that.
we're gonna see a lot of different like subtle route differences in a lot of these races. Caidren missing the west to Kakariko there, so he will have to do the back walk as Darker is now heading into Kakariko, going to collect chickens.
Now, an interesting part about Kakariko route is a lot of people like think that you're just going to Kakariko, picking up a couple of cuckoos and putting them in a pin, right? This is where the run loses probably the most time amongst players. Like, you'll be able to tell how much a player has practiced this specific route by how they manipulate the cuckoos, how good their movement is in Kakariko, and just like overall, just like how unfortunate it can be when a cuckoo is really far off. Like that cuckoo that Darker just picked up was really far in the back. It could be further, but very interesting. And also where you throw the cuckoos, right here you see where Darker is throwing the cuckoos. That is actually very I wouldn't say very specific, but it is specific where you want to drop them so that they all line up closest to the pin.
Yeah, Darker's actually done a really good job so far. See how all those cuckoos are really close together by the pen? That's like perfect, essentially. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of obviously RNG factor with how the cuckoos move, but it's also how you understand that, right? Like it's how you understand the positioning and the way that the cuckoos move, and that certainly you can tell a difference between players if someone really understands how to collect the cuckoos versus someone who maybe hasn't run as many categories with this segment. So it's a long segment, and you see a lot of differences in the way that certain people move, certain players move and stuff. So it's really interesting just to pick up on subtle differences in these races.
Seems like unfortunately Darker got a drop with one of the cuckoos really far back, so it should still end up working out fine. They're just gonna have to spend a little bit more time collecting the last two cuckoos. Also, it's really awkward here not talking to Anju on accident. I believe that's Anju, I don't really know.
I think technically she's just the cuckoo lady, and then in MM she's Anju. I think someone told me that recently.
Yeah. Let's just say it's Anju, right?
A very particular fact. But I don't know. Yeah, it looks like
first save word.
Yeah, it looks like Darker is gonna be in the lead here. Pretty steady amount going into the save warp, which is gonna be the best way to get back to that Deku tree. The best way to just continue the run. It would be quite difficult and slow to get back any other way. So yeah, best option.
I don't even know if you could because the guy would be in the way, right? Of the forest.
Sorry. Well, I guess you could die to cuckoos, right? And then,
Oh, that's and
would that even? Yeah, and then you could no. Yeah.
That would take like 30 seconds though, or
Yeah,
more.
no, it's very save warping definitely the way to go. So
And with sword route, you just talk to Mido to enter the Deku tree, and you can actually do the cutscene boost. So hopefully we're gonna see some of that here.
a cutscene boost. It'd be interesting to see if anyone runs with Deku stick and does the Mido skip. That'd be something. It's very risky for a race though, and that trick is very difficult.
Yeah, fortunately you have good cues for pause buffers, so even if you do it and buffer it, it might look awkward, but it's still very possible, and still race worthy.
If Caidren is doing, why is Caidren doing bridge clip?
I don't know.
Because they could just get the 5 rupees. They need 10, I guess. They're trying to get the bridge rupee. Because they need 50, I guess, for a stick and shield. Or no, why do they need a stick?
No, they don't need a stick. They have the
yeah,
sword.
no QPA. Yeah,
sure.
why didn't... Alright. Yeah, Caidren's still fishing for rupees. Not exactly sure why. We'll see, I guess.
And we got our first Deku segment here. Collecting nuts.
Interesting. So Caidren is buying Deku Nuts in the shop. Huh. Okay. Interesting. I guess we'll see what their plan is with that. Darker is now gonna make his way to the top of Deku Tree, unless they're gonna do the Skull Strat. I don't know. I didn't see.
They
if
didn't
got
get
ISG.
ISG.
Okay, so they're just gonna jump probably. Wow, that Skull got very
little
close.
scary.
A little too close there. Let's see the strat that Darker does.
I remember learning this when I first started. This
Oh,
was
nice. Yeah, it's a
quite
good
a
one.
strat.
It's a good one.
Absolutely. Looks like they
Oh,
got
really
it. Yeah,
nice
they got it.
P1. Really nice P1 scope. Love to see that.
Excited to see.
And
how
also
this plays
damaging
out
down.
here. Oh, almost. I
That
believe they're
kind
gonna
of
double
works
KO.
out. They don't lose that much time because of the damage.
Right.
So that's not bad. That's actually pretty good for Darker, who is in firm control of this first race. As Caidren is now getting to the Deku Tree, and Darker is about to enter Goma's room. Although it looks like Darker just picked up a heart, so I guess they're not gonna do double KO.
I'm not quite sure.
Is there a reason to not do double KO if you have sword?
You could just do double, or I mean, I don't know if you.
Wait, Goma Clip would still be faster.
Goma Clip is still faster, yes, but double KO with sword is, I believe, what most people do. I'm not sure. We'll see what Darker does here. Caidren just entering the Deku Tree now.
Oh yeah, Goma Clip. Oh nice, dude.
There we go.
I'm excited.
ISG hardest trick in game confirmed.
Yeah, with pressure, especially
Absolutely.
going here, like doing Goma Clip with like. I think that's the
Frame
frame.
early?
Oh, it's a frame early.
No, it's
Oh,
a
I got-
frame.
Oh no. Oh, that was planned. That was planned. I thought
Okay.
they were gonna do the ISG roll. I've seen different things. Probably because I was watching
just-
in like 2014 and 2015 when this was happening. They're
I wonder
thin
if Darker
developed.
knows about the side hop strat.
Yeah, I've seen rolls. I've seen side hops.
Rolls
just
is
a
like
lot of
frame
different-
perfect, I think. Side hops are, from what I understand, side hops are really easy to do. I mean, that's at least what I was told. Could be wrong.
Darker's playing really well right now, I have to say. I've not seen a lot from Darker in terms of OOT speedruns. This has like been really impressive.
Yo, that right there is actually the strat that made Summit 1G not speedrun this game. There we go.
Oh, you mean
Look at
the
that.
B1 or?
Yeah, the B1 jump. So
Yeah.
fun fact, Summit 1G was actually interested in doing speedruns of this game at some point and watched a strategy on how to do that very jump right there, and he said, "You are crazy if you think I'm doing that." So shoutouts to Summit 1G.
All right, we have wrong warp going on right now for Darker. Looks like a pretty good Deku Nut and target. Full speed on the second nut.
I wonder if they're gonna
clear of the hump while side hopping. This looks pretty good.
Yeah. I wonder.
Oh,
if they're
going
gonna do
through the
boost
rocks in a race is bananas. I would never do
Giga Chad strat.
That is a Giga Chad strat.
Let's go.
All right, so what strat are we gonna see for collapse now?
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. I think I'm gonna say most likely wrong warp. But there is the
You mean
chance
Void
that
Warp?
we see or sorry, yes, Void Warp, correct. Sorry.
you're good.
I believe we're gonna see Void Warp, but I very well could be surprised. I would be excited to see both.
Honestly, like from what we've seen from Darker so far, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw at least an instaclip attempt.
Oh, 100%.
But I wouldn't also be surprised if they just go down the ramp and do a pretty clean Void Warp. So I guess we'll see. This is a really interesting segment because like this doesn't exist in Ocarina of Time speedruns anymore, you know? Like except for right
No.
now. So
Yep.
so it's interesting to see what people do. And it looks like Darker is going to just go down the ramp. Assuming they're gonna attempt Void Warp here. I'm not sure why he waited for Zelda.
I'm
that
not
was
sure why
interesting.
either, but I think they're just playing safe.
That's not a great rock. Ooh. Took damage there. This is a tough rock. I kind of respect the pause buffering here, because if you get a rock like this, you get an angle like that, you can do that if you pause buffer, and that's going to save his round.
Alright, that's the
Yeah, it's a
frame.
good frame. Yep, he's good to go. What?
Interesting.
Oh,
It might have
no.
been one frame late or
It could
dropped
have been a
SS.
frame, yeah. I don't even... It's funny, back in the day, like, I made a tutorial on this trick. I'm not sure I remember the frame.
Time to drink some bugs.
Oh no! Oh
They're
no!
going down.
This, okay, that makes this race, like, really interesting now. Because Caidren could do wrong warp and then hit a clean void warp and be right back in this. So, this just got very interesting. Although Caidren's doing a really obscure, B1 setup. Alright, so Darxer will have to do Stalfos coming up. So that's going to be interesting. Stalfos is always a very nerve-wracking room, and sort of a consequence of not hitting the collapse skip.
Yeah, even with ISG, it is still scary because they're so much larger than you, and you can very easily get hit. I wonder if they're gonna do like jump slash with stick and then crouch stab with the Kokiri sword, or if they're gonna just go for ISG.
Yep, they're gonna go with the crouch stab. I always found sword. Oh wow, they took a jump slash and just got missed by a regular slash. Now getting oh goodness, another close miss. Now it's panic time. This is unbelievable. The crouch stabs to kill the Stalfos. That's pretty clutch.
Caidren just getting wrong orb. Oh, they burned the shield.
Caidren burned his shield. No. That's it for Caidren. There's
It
no
is actually
way.
still possible. It is actually still possible.
Oh well, I guess yeah. You could go down the tower.
You would have to get
and
broken
then...
stick on Ganon.
I wonder what's going through both of these runners' heads right now. Not going as expected. A really, really, really solid race up until the Void Warp from Darxer. Although Darker's done a good job going down the tower so far. Not a super clean fight with the Stalfos, but was able to manage to get past that room. So it'll be interesting to see what Caidren does, and Darxer is going to go into the collapse cutscene now.
You know, this is something I'd like to bring up, and I think that this category encases in such a magical way is that the nerves of collapse is higher than any other point in the run. I mean, even
the camera's literally
like,
shaking.
Yeah, and not to mention, like, even if you still did double gim, or even just one gim, doing like insta clip or void warp at all is still so nerve wracking, and you know, just going down this tower, it's a part that we don't do anymore with triple slash clip. So I mean, this right here showcases just like how interesting this route can be when you have the nerves of just not like you actually have to do this final part, and it's what make or breaks the run. So
yeah, it's interesting how there's sort of this common detour for if you make that mistake, and there are these like pretty standard backups because this route has been around for so long, so we do know what to do, but it's not always the best thing. So it's really interesting to see how these races develop and how different runners make different decisions in order to back up minor or major mistakes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so for the first phase, Ganon will knock away the sword, which includes the Kokiri sword. So they will have to get broken stick and do jump slashes on Ganon's tail for the beginning, and then they can use the Master Sword to jump slash for the rest. Which is, I'm not going to lie, not as easy as some people may make it look. It is very difficult to do. This right here is also going to be kind of interesting to see how Caidren handles this.
Yeah, it's the first challenge that Caidren has to face, which is Facing 2 Stalfos with just a Kokiri sword and a stick, he does have nuts, which would be really good to utilize right now. With just that Kokiri sword, probably would be helpful.
Do they stun them?
But pretty sure, or no, maybe not.
I don't think they do.
Maybe only in certain instances. I'm not sure.
Oh, they do. Okay.
I live in the Kokiri forest. I only do short speed runs, so I should know though, because I did a lot of Stalfos for him, but I just use ISG.
The low health camera is making this awkward for Caidren here. The camera zooms in when you're at lower health.
Oh yeah. And the Stalfos is trolling right now.
Yeah, it's just in the fire. Alright, so here we see the
Good dodge.
the Ganon fight from Darxer here. Playing it safe for the ISG, I respect it. Oh no. Honestly, commendable attempt from Caidren. This is quite a difficult spot to be in, but now they have the Master Sword, which could make this easier.
Darxer is finishing up Ganon here with very standard ISG. And this is not a bad time. Around 20 minutes for Darxer in their first race of the tournament. Really good showing from Darxer. You know, definitely coming out here and wanting to make a statement. You know, there are definitely some big names in this tournament, and Darxer coming out and showing that they belong. You know.
Absolutely. Great job from Darxer finishing out at 2024. Seems like that's the year that we're in.
2024.
I think that's a
2024 for the 2024 Kakariko Classic. 2021 it looks like is the final time, the official time. So just so everyone knows, there is a half an hour DNF/limit time. So if someone does not finish or hits the 30-minute mark, that will be their time for the group stage. Oh, it looks like we have the stream is in the middle of the screen right now. We've Dan is working very hard at trying to get this to be perfect, and we appreciate that.
There we
There we go. We're back. Do times matter or just wins? So in the group stage, essentially time is all that matters. The group stage matches just determine the seeding for the playoffs, or for the bracket stage of the tournament. So essentially, each racer has 3 races. They race everyone in their group, and then the average time of their 3 races will determine their seed for the elimination round. You could technically lose every race, but if you have good average time, be first in the group. Sure, I suppose. There also, like, there isn't really a ranking in the group. Like, you could rank the group and I guess say that the seeding is determined by that, but you could also just take everyone and, you know, see everyone's time individually and then just do the seeding that way.
Yeah, I think it
really
actually
matter.
works better that way because there's some runners that don't really have documented Kakariko route race or like runs anymore, or at least that we don't know. So having everybody do a showcase performance of their skill level to determine the seeding seems like a more fair playing field for everybody. So on top of that, I would like to say, I mean, just a commendable effort from Caidren here, dying twice to Stalfos and still trying to stick it out. Like, I definitely myself, I would be in a very like awkward mental space at this point when it comes to a
Yeah,
race.
it's tough. But yeah, we had a lot of discussion in terms of like formulating this tournament and like, you know, the best way to go about the format, the best way to go about the rules, and I think we settled on something that was like pretty agreeable, and we even had the vote for QPA to be disallowed from the tournament, which I think was a really good last minute thing. But yeah, this tournament has been the works for a little bit, but yeah, it looks like Caidren is not going to continue.
I see. We are
Perhaps
seeing the forfeit here.
there we go. Perhaps if we could get both runners into the Restream voice channel, is that possible for a quick post-game interview? And then we're actually running behind schedule, so we should probably I'm not sure who's our next racer against Darxer, but if we could get them going as well. Yo, we have the racers in here. First I'll ask Darxer. Congratulations on the win in your first race of the tournament. You posted a 2021, which is, I feel like, a really respectable time for your first race in this tournament and in general. So how are you feeling after playing for a little bit and after doing that run?
Thank you. It was a good run. I'm really nervous. I was really nervous in the ground warp, and I failed the void warp. But in general, it was a good run. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good run as well. I think you should definitely be happy with it. I thought it was a really good way to start the tournament. Caidren, it looked like there were some things there that may have not gone right. The shield burning.
Yeah.
You know, that's really tough. How do you feel like maybe you could learn from this and bounce back in your next race?
Have better movement and not burn my shield like an idiot. The rest of it was not great. I need to do like a lot more practice because it's like completely my fault. I haven't done shit. Like, to be perfectly honest. But I think I think burying my shield is really what killed it because I was not
Yeah.
prepared for that. So I guess just practice the collapse section more and maybe have a better game plan in the case that I do burn my shield because can always happen. Like
Yeah,
just
burning the shield is always it's sort of a panic button situation because there's not a lot of good options. We were actually curious. We wanted to ask. So why did you end up buying nuts in the shop
I
before
think
going into extra?
I'm not even sure. I think I just like I don't know. I honestly don't know what was running through my mind. I was just doing whatever I felt like at the time.
No, it's all good. We were just curious. It's really interesting to see like different runners doing different strats and like the subtle differences in the routes. But
I think the
yeah.
idea
So yeah.
sorry, I think the idea
No, you're
that
good.
was that if I'm going down Zora's River anyways, I'm gonna be collecting a bunch of rupees for my shield that I might as well like get a few more to get nuts.
Right.
But I don't know why I was doing bridge clip. I didn't even need to do that. I was just I don't know.
No, I think that makes sense to like get some extra resources in a race. I don't think that that doesn't make sense. So, we are running a little bit behind schedule, so I think we're probably just gonna get the next match going. So we'll go into a quick intermission, I believe, and then be right back with the next race. So, yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be right back, I guess.
Thank you and
Hopefully my
congratulations to Darxer.
Thank you. Thank you.
uh, good job, Darker. It was fun talking with you. Hopefully I do better against Space.
Hello. We're good. Can we get a confirmation from chat that we're good now? All right. All I was saying is that we had a little hiccup there with the start of the match, and we're getting going now. We've seen already some like subtle differences in terms of the route choices in that first match, and I think we're going to continue to see that going forward. So I think it was very interesting to see how the different players approach that first match, and we'll see if Darxer makes similar decisions to that first race, and we'll see what Seceon does. Also, Zyphris, welcome back.
Thank you, thank you. We have a base map spammer here. I do the same thing. Let's go.
I remember very early on. I don't remember who it was, but very early on in my speedrunning time, someone told me that I think it was Lake. I think Lake told me that if you spam the map, it like saves you a frame in the crawl space, and so I did that for like the longest time, and like. I finally found, like, a year later or something, I found out that it doesn't do anything.
They were trolling you, dude.
Yeah.
That's great. You know, actually, what's interesting, a little bit of lore, is one of the I have memories of teaching Thunder how to do some GIM. It was very interesting, and it's interesting to see how he grew over the years. I mean, let's just be honest. Like, when in a community like this, you get to see some really interesting things, development of different players and the development of different strategies and stuff like that. So I think it's really funny that, you know, I saw him from the start, and then bam.
No, you definitely helped me out with a lot of the core things of the GIM route with Defeat Ganon. I was definitely very much a student at one point.
And then that's when the student becomes the teacher, I think, is now.
I think the best players are continuously students, though, as well as teachers. You know, it's about you know, passing on what you've learned as well as continuing to learn.
100%. Yeah, I believe Dan introduced me to Thunder, and Dan had to work, so that's around the time that I got in contact with Thunder, and I remember teaching you how to do QPA and some GIM stuff, some backups and extra saves and stuff, and here we are now.
Yeah, I definitely had some really good teachers for Ocarina of Time. I'm very, very grateful for this community and the support and the opportunities that I've had in terms of learning this game and how to speedrun it.
For sure. We're seeing very similar strats between Darxer and Seceon now, so like almost identical strats. So yeah, big shout out to the coaches. As long as it's asked for.
Yeah, so both racers are pretty close here. I would say Darxer is probably 10 to 15, maybe 15 seconds ahead of Seceon right here. Going into this Cucko segment, it'll be really interesting to see how Seceon plays here, and to see if Seceon can gain any ground on Darxer by the time that they get the bottle. So it'll be really interesting to see how both of these players attack the Cucko segment.
Speaking of this category, you know, I don't know exactly how much this person ran this category, but I just have to mention this now that I see them in here. Big shout-outs to Tashman. Some might say that Tashman is still stuck in the water temple, getting sucked into the little tornado tsunami thing. But, you know, big shout-outs to Tashman.
We have a lot of great runners who,
what a great community.
It's a great community, and there have been so many just legendary people that, you know, just like very uniquely talented people that you get to meet, you know, if you really pursue speedrunning, Ocarina of Time speedrunning. it's cool. Like it's a cool journey, you know.
100%. I mean, I've met so many great people through this game. In fact, I know, you know, we're here to commentate races, but I feel like this is also like a family reunion. You know, a lot of us grew up on this game, and maybe not even together through speedrunning, but some of us definitely. You know, I think I was not even 18 before I met some people that taught me how to speedrun this game and get better. And in fact, I ended up meeting some of them in person in 2023. So I mean, what a beautiful community, what a beautiful game to inspire others to work together. And yeah, I mean, that's just what this category right here is all about. I mean, this showcase right here is all about showing where it all started from, you know, where we all got inspired to not only make friends, but, you know, optimize a game that we all love, right? So
It's so like, it's so interesting how like, you know, we see Kakariko Route as like this sort of I don't know, this like figment of the past, but like there was a point in time where like people were like so focused on just the science behind this route, you know?
oh
And
yeah.
like trying to just there was a certain like magical element of like figuring out how to beat Ocarina of Time as fast as possible back then, you know?
I mean, it's definitely still the case, and
For
that's
sure.
what's so beautiful about this game. And I think also with you know, other N64 titles, but I think like considering that these games have been out for so long now, just the idea that like people just spent time working together on how to optimize a game this old, you know, and we could be out there playing the most recent releases of these new games. I mean, people still do, but we love this game so much and the people surrounding it. So
Yeah, I'm very excited to go to. I'll be going to GDQ in January,
oh, that's
and
awesome.
sure I'll be meeting a lot of OT and other Zelda people. That's always a fun time. I went last year in Pittsburgh as well. It was wonderful. It was really fun.
Heck yeah.
But back to the race. It looks like Darker is now entering the Deku Tree, and Seceon is now getting the shield and making their way to the Deku Tree. So Seceon, a good bit behind Darker right now. It looks like Darker is hungry for that 2 out of 2, that second win. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Be really interesting to see if Darker can play cleanly through the second half of the run now, to see if they can hit that Void Warp, you know, and correct that mistake they made in that first run. So it'll be really, really interesting to see how people make adjustments through the group stage play, and how they make adjustments in the playoff stage as well, maybe based on who they're playing, or, you know, various circumstances. So it's always interesting to see how people adjust and adapt during tournaments.
For sure. I'm excited to see when we're gonna see our first Skulltula B1 jump, like the
Yeah, there are a lot of strats that I'm very curious to see if they will even happen. Like I really hope that we see some insta clips, you know, like I really do. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna say it's gonna happen, but yeah, Darker playing with fire here with the Skulltulas getting by them. But yeah, there are some strats that I'm really hoping for that we'll see. I hope that we'll see.
wow, that was a really tight side hop there, like really early. But I mean, it still works. It's just like instant. Very good job from Darker there, getting that the B1 jump. A little too close to the first Deku scrub here. So let's see what Seceon does here for the B1 skip. I'm actually interested. I believe they're doing. It looks like they're about to go do the same thing that Darker's been doing.
Darker having a little trouble with the scrubs here, letting Seceon back into this one just a little bit. Something that's really interesting, it's a pretty common fact, I'm pretty sure, but something that I learned about these scrubs is you want to get as close as possible to them with that guy when you interact with them, because the farther they are away from you, the longer it takes for them to like get off camera, and that's when the cutscene ends for you to like go to the door.
Interesting. Grabbing extra nuts there from Seceon.
Oh, Seceon got nuts as well?
Seceon got extra nuts there. They killed the Deku Baba after B1 jump.
I think that's like a very reasonable thing to do, because I think that makes more sense to me than getting the nuts in the shop. You know, to just quickly like kill a Baba and get some nuts just in case you fail wrong warp.
That's 1 frame early. There we go. That's the frame. Cool. See if they do the side hop strat. Nope. It's still gonna work just fine.
Yeah, so I've already seen the Goma clip here in this tournament. I think it's really cool. I honestly wasn't expecting that, so it's very, very cool.
I wonder if we're going to see it from Seceon as well. Their hearts, or their health looks relatively high for a double KO, so I believe we're going to see another runner doing Goma clip as well. I believe we are.
Another Goma
Darxer
clip.
getting ready for wrong warp here. Did I say wrong warp?
You're correct. They're doing it.
Oh, are we gonna see some side hop strats? We are.
Yeah. Darxer is pretty far in this warp. That'll be a. I think
they're
go
fine.
either way here. I think they're probably fine. It's always hard to see. It's always so marginal with how far you walk for that first Deku nut. But yeah, Darxer successfully gets the wrong warp. And,
not risking the shield burn. Not this time.
Also, Seceon got Goma clip. So still a close race here, right? So much that can happen in the second half of this run in this collapse and Ganon sequence. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this race unfolds.
Pretty far in the warp here as well for Seceon. I think it still works no matter what. Like, honestly, with having nuts for this, it makes it a lot easier than having to do the Deku stick version with swordless.
Wrong is such a unique trick in that it's like, right, I mean, it's technically frame perfect, but it doesn't feel that way.
Especially with nuts, because we, like, the nuts, like, throwing the nuts, the animation of throwing the Deku nut, and it just wastes the perfect amount of frames.
Right.
So long as you do it at the right time. And it's a really, like, easily felt out trick, which surprises most people.
Yeah, it does, because of its significance.
Looks like we're
Alright, Darxer needs to hold ESS left here. He's gonna go straight into Zelda.
Okay, we got that
down.
down.
Good. Alright, there we go. There we go.
The ESS angle change. Okay, the target. Looks like we're good here.
I really like the use of the pauses by Darxer. I think if he can clutch his Void Warp, I think it's the right move, honestly. Like, I think a lot of players would panic there and just try to send it. But really good move from Darxer to recognize that pause and switch ESS.
And it looks like they got it.
There you go.
Yep. Alright.
Seceon is going down the tower.
I think Darxer has this in the bag as long as they okay, they don't get lost here. And no death to Ganon. This is definitely definitely looking like it's in Darxer's favor. Anything could happen though, so. Oh, no kiss.
No kiss, gotta reset the run, unfortunately. Tournament
Yeah,
rules.
that's actually a DQ, so...
Yeah, it's a DQ.
Congratulations.
Get him out of here.
I think. Sorry.
You go, and then I'll say.
Back on the topic of Wrong Warp, what I think is really interesting about Wrong Warp itself is that we actually we have to waste frames, and once we're over the hump, as far as I understand, you know, as long as we get past the hump with the perfect amount of wasted frames and keep our
Seceon just crashed.
Oh my
no.
goodness, that is extremely unfortunate. Our first crash of the tournament. So, the reason why the game crashes there is because if Zelda, I believe this is how it works anyway. Correct me if I'm wrong, Thunder. But if adult Zelda talks to Link within the collapse area, the game does it just bugs out. It just doesn't know what to do. I guess it's an interaction that shouldn't be happening. So, the game just fails. That's really unfortunate. And burning your shield causes that text to pop up. So when that text pops up on screen, that's run ogre. That's extremely unfortunate. Any yeppers?
Unfortunately, that's gonna be a 30-minute run for Seceon, and Darxer will take game 2 out of 2.
They still have to finish though, so.
Still have to finish, true. Yep. A lot of things can happen at Ganon.
I believe in Darxer, but we anything can happen. So let's see what goes on here. Okay, first try ISG. Very nice.
Really good first phase.
Okay. We got some confident gameplay here from Darxer. I say that and then it's a little sketchy here, but one more hit. There we go. Darxer taking the second race. Looking like a low 18.
This is really impressive this time. I don't know exactly what time this is going to be, but yeah, a low 18.
I don't think anybody knows what times it's going to be anymore.
I'm not sure where the timer went. But... oh well. We know. There it is, 18:06. A really good race from Darxer. An unfortunate race for Seceon as they found themselves in the fire.
Sometimes you fly too close to the sun and you get burnt.
If we could get both racers in the VC here, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, GG's.
Yeah, thank you all for the GGs in the chat. Thank you all for the support at the beginning part of this tournament. We have both runners in here now. So Darxer, saw there that you hit the Void Warp this time. How did that feel?
You need note frames and do good ESS.
Yeah, saw that if you had held ESS right at the beginning there, you would have gone right into Zelda, and you made that adjustment to hold ESS left and sort of curve around her, right?
Oh yeah.
It's cool to see those adjustments on the fly. Seceon, that's a tough sort of a tragic Stalfos fight there. Really sorry to see that. What was going through your mind during that part?
Actually nothing. I was just playing and didn't thought that I was gonna crash. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always tough. We've seen that's, believe it or not, that is not the first crash I've seen in a Defeat Ganon tournament, and it's always very unfortunate. So yeah, hopefully we don't have a lot of races that have crashes. You know, obviously we want to see runners succeed, but you know, it's just the group stage, and this is just for seeding, so it's not the end of the world to have one race like that. But yeah. So our next race, let's see. Our next race is Darxer versus Baker, and that race will start in a little over 10 minutes, probably around 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. So we will take a short break, and then we will be back with our next match. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks again to the runners that participated in these first two races, and congratulations again to Darxer. You're coming out very strong at the beginning here, so we love to see that. Keep up the good work, and to everybody else as well, keep up the good work. And you know, you never know what happens, so let's see what goes on.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we are back from our short break, and joining me now is Gorilla on commentary. Thunder stepped out for this, and I believe Gorilla, you'll be joining me for the rest of the night. Is that right?
I believe so. At least the rest of Baker's matches.
Right. All right. Well, I'm excited to introduce these runners here. I mean, we've got Darker, which we have seen as the first 2 runs of the night, and we got Baker here, a good friend of mine, doing some Kakariko Classic. I am excited to see how this one goes. I've been watching Baker, and I've got to say I'm excited to see how this one turns out. This is going to be great. So. Make sure you stick around for these upcoming races. I am going to hop and let the racers know, and Gorilla, you can take it from here, and I will be back in just a moment.
All right. Baker has been getting some incredibly good runs. He's been posting screenshots of his splits on, Twitter and Discord. He's getting insane paces. So I'm very excited for this race. This should surely be a great treat to any defeat Ganon enjoyers. Now I know Baker does the swordless route. I'm not sure. I don't think Darker does. Swordless, from what I can remember, saves about a minute.
All right, I am indeed now back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. So
Interesting angle from Baker.
yeah, as I was mentioning earlier, I've been watching Baker do some runs, and we're going to see our first difference shakeup in strategy here. It looks like from the movement, I mean, as we can tell, Baker will be going for swordless.
Doing this category swordless has a couple of ramifications. Namely, you have to do Mito skip, because you cannot get past him without a sword and shield equipped. So we're going to be seeing a very interesting strategy after the save warp.
That is very true. This run, doing the swordless route also has a lot more fail states than going for sword, so a bit sketchier than your typical sword route. Baker going for the roll strat here on Aquascape. I believe he's actually gonna go for.
Oh,
I think he
missed
only
escape
needs
from
slash
Baker.
one. There we go.
There it is.
Yeah, this is something else I noticed about Baker is that he does different movement here at the beginning, and I believe just in general throughout the water. Yeah. He needs extra
Darker having some
reviews.
trouble.
There we go. Alright, Baker has the perfect amount of rupees now, 55. Very nice. Dive for red rupee. Seen how Darker has done this in the past couple runs. Oh, going for the
Ooh.
west here. Nice attempt from Darker.
Does he normally go for that?
No. No, at least not in the last couple runs he hasn't. Oh, that Cucko is so far back.
Oh. It's very easy to lose,
No!
Oh, missing the roof.
No.
I was gonna say, it's very easy to lose, 10, 15 seconds on Cocos if you're not paying attention.
Wow. Baker going for an interesting backup here. I think this definitely does work. I know it works. But I have not seen Baker do this before, so...
This is a rare backup here.
And just like that, even with Swordless, the run is sort of equalized a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, Baker has... that was one big blunder that I'm sure wasn't great for the mental game. But yeah, this is already the lion's share of the time save from Swordless already gone.
That is very true. Seeing how Baker manipulates the Cuckos here is really interesting because so far we've seen a lot of people do them in sort of like a free roam way, and Baker is doing as optimal of throws as he can to manipulate where the Cuckos go so that they are all pumped up together by the time that he actually gets to throw them toward Angie, or in the pin, I mean.
From what I'm seeing, Baker is a very textbook runner. He goes into the he tries to optimize everything as much as he can, which is a hard thing to do in a game like this, where it's very easy to just focus on getting all the tricks.
Mm-hmm. It's funny because I think watching Baker do this category, I could see how you might think that. But seeing Baker do like normal Gim route defeat Ganon no SRM, Baker has many of his own strategies. So it's interesting to see how Baker implements like the most, like, I guess, basic or like simple fastest strategies into the CAC route. Another difference in movement here. When Darxer gets back to the Deku Tree, to Kokiri Forest, he'll be doing a side up left. Baker has to collect that rupee and buy 2 sticks here and shields, so.
How much slower is it to do the side hop and then grab the rupee in the back of the shop? Or did he get that earlier?
He got that in the beginning.
Right. I'm not too familiar with the Swordless route.
Okay, he's got the frame for the pause. He's gonna equip shield here. Let's see. He's got to wait until that disappears. There we go. This is a good frame. And as long as he holds he messed up. I think it actually was a frame late. He's gonna have to get an additional 10 rupees to buy another stick. So, unfortunate miss from that on Baker there. Darxer is actually going to be entering Deku before Baker. Mido Skip is probably, I would say, harder than Gim. I don't know though. One more frame here for Baker. There we go. This is the frame. Okay. Wait until you see the dark texture. One more frame. Or actually, that might have been it. Yeah, there we go. Got it for Baker.
Beautiful.
First instance of seeing Mido Skip here. A little jump slash there at the end for a slight boost into the cutscene. Interesting thing that Torj was messing around with the other day.
Yeah, I didn't know you could do that without a recoil from the wall.
Yeah, it's just the longer that you delay Link from entering the cutscene is the further that you get the boost. And once again here, we're going to see another difference in strategy. As you can see, Darker is going up to the top of Deku, and Baker is going to be doing something a little different. He's going to collect another stick here, and then he's going to get Deku Nuts from this Deku Baba. And nice, we got the Navi skip. Darker is not having a good time with these Skulltulas. They are not being nice to him. Alright, ISGB1 here. Okay, that worked. I am really surprised.
Beautiful B1 skip here from both runners.
Wow, they're synced up actually.
But Darker does have less health.
That is true. Ooh, okay. Baker not getting fast scrubs. Gonna have to target the last two. Alright, we're actually... Ooh, wrong order for Darker.
Oh.
So, as it seemed like Baker was going to be a bit further behind, now they are ahead. Baker is ahead now. I don't think Baker ever equipped nuts, did he?
No, he did not. It's always interesting to see when runners choose to do their equips, because nobody tends to do them in the same spot.
Yeah, I think he's gonna do it on the pause buffer for Goma here. Okay, first try ISG, very nice. Yep, that's what he's gonna do. Ooh, Goma was a little too far away there. Darker starting theirs. Unfortunately, gonna have to wait a really long time here for Baker. To like the 5th or something. Darker just going at it, getting it first try.
There's a little trouble with ISG. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Darker's been extremely consistent at Goma Clip. Baker's seeing some trouble here. Okay, Baker getting it on the 8th. I know Baker's going to be doing a different strategy here, so...
Yeah, this is the strategy I normally see, is the side hops with the stick out.
Race is definitely going back and forth. This is so far a very interesting race. Darker going really left of the door there. I don't typically see that. I think that's why Darker actually ends up further in the warp than most people. It's actually a little sketchy.
Yeah. I mean, surely that would change the nut timing.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Oh, but it still works just fine.
Baker going all the way back to the door.
Alright. There we go. Alright. Baker! Baker trying to make up the time anywhere he can. I believe we're also going to see another difference in strategy here. This is a really, really close run. I think if Baker gets insta-clip, that could change the pace of the run. Because right now Darker is ahead.
I think Instaclip would put Baker in a solid lead. Not safe, but definitely ahead.
As long as we get a good rock here, it might be possible for Baker to take this. I think Darker showing already that he is capable of taking Void Warp and just getting it down with very safe strats. Looks like this rock actually isn't gonna... maybe? Okay, I think... No, it's too far forward. Yeah. It's kind of a bad first run. Okay, this is okay. This might work. From both people right now.
He was a little late on the roll.
This'll work for Baker. Never mind. Wow, that was interesting. I think he was just a little too far behind. Oh, Darker actually opting to walk down the tower. That might do damage. Unfortunate. No. Okay,
Ooh.
Baker's gonna have to drink bugs here. Not a very succulent meal, but one that works to heal the young boy up. Oh no. Oh wait, never mind. That's how it's supposed to work. Okay. I forgot that the bugs burrow there.
Yeah.
All right.
I haven't seen that
Yum,
strat in a
yum.
long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. Okay, this should work. If I have a hunch, I have a hunch that this is gonna work. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that looked like the correct frame. Is he doing up? Okay. Yeah. There we go. Oh, never
Ooh.
mind. Just kidding.
Baker only
Honestly,
has so many tries before he's still behind Darker.
Yeah, this is really close.
Anybody's
No,
game.
don't go for it. I'm buffered now, Baker. No! No!
Going to have to drink bugs a second time.
Baker is thirsty today. At least it's faster this time to do it because he already has the bottle duped.
Interesting
Honestly-
angle from Baker.
This is still a little close. It might not be anymore. No, it's not anymore. No, not anymore. Really unfortunate happenings that collapse here. Is he gonna do the thing? Oh.
What causes you to not get stuck?
I believe it's like rather specific target frame or like a slight change in the ESS direction.
Hmm.
It also could be when you target the first time.
Interesting. I didn't think that would affect it too much. Alright. Either way, Darxer is going to be entering Ganon. Just a handful of seconds ahead of Baker. It only takes one hit.
Yeah, it is actually still kind of close because you have to consider cutscene RNG, and just general like difference in movement. I wonder how this is going to turn out. Honestly, it's still close enough where I think there's a possibility that Baker might be able to just barely take it, but Darker is definitely ahead right now, and it by an amount that I mean, Baker definitely wouldn't want to see if he's trying to win this.
Baker's gonna have to pull out all the stops. You know, the backflip, first try ISGs, good line to Zelda.
Yeah. I think Baker might actually have the worst Wii in existence if you're looking at his cutscene. I am going to be shipping him a Wii after this. that was some lag. It wasn't N64 lag, but that was some lag.
Nothing beats N64 lag.
We're having some audio problems, I think, on the stream. At least on the Discord stream, Dan. Yeah, can you restart this? Is it on stream as well, guys? Okay, we're good on Discord now. Yeah, it's just a technical problem on the Discord side. It does that sometimes. Oh! Some sketchy movement going on from Darker here. Managed to get it though. Baker missing the backflip strat twice, 3 times.
3 times.
Uh-oh.
Baker
Really
did enter
close
the
race.
fight a good 17 seconds behind, so I don't think he's gonna catch up unless we see a major blunder from Darker.
I do have to agree. It's looking like, unless like a particle beam hits
15
Darker's.
missed final slashes.
yeah, 15. What a show from Darker. Just back to back consistent runs for the most part.
He is very consistent, but mid-20s for both runners.
Yeah.
20, 29, 28.
GG's to both runners. 2041 for Baker, 2042. Really, really close.
14 seconds of difference for, 2 different routes, close to, I think, a minute apart from each other is, it's quite an upset. But
For
Darker
sure.
is extremely consistent with what he does.
If we can get the racers in here, we'd talk to them both and see what's going on. Hey guys.
GG's.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, so Darker, congratulations on your 3rd run being another win. I mean, you
Oh.
definitely are staying consistent, and we love to see that. What was going on when you had to run down the tower? When you had to run down the tower, what was going on through your mind?
I don't know. I'm just so nervous with voice work.
That is fair. You definitely you were very consistent so far. The first 3 runs that I've seen from you did Goma clip pretty much the same way every single time without fail. It was very consistent. So good job on that. And congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Baker, I'd like to ask you, what
Okay, before you say anything, I just want
Yeah.
to say let's pretend that Kakariko doesn't exist.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that Coco backup.
Yeah, so
I'm not sure what happened.
what I was more so curious what happened with Mido Skip.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure. I had to go back and do it another try because my first try I paused a frame late on the jump slash.
Oh, okay, I see. And the first time, or there was you didn't target, right? Or did you just pause a frame late?
No, it was fine. I just jump slashed a frame late.
Oh, okay, I see. Well,
Yeah, nothing could have prepared me for what happened in that run.
well, good job to both of you guys. I mean, Darker showing consistency, Baker just getting started, getting fired up. I think I'm excited to see what comes next. So see you guys very, very soon with the next run.
Yeah, GG.
Yes.
GG.
Yeah, I believe we're going to take another break here until the next run as well. So stick around to see the next run that is going on, and good job once again to the runners.
My God.
All right, hey everybody, we are back, and we've got a little bit of a change up here. We got some cams on for the commentators, so hello everybody. All right, that's all we did. That's all we did, and now we've got we've got Caidren as well, Baker and Caidren for our next race. So excited to see how that goes. I'm gonna go count them down, and I'm gonna pass off to. I am so sorry. I'm gonna pass off to Gorilla, and I'll be right back.
All right. You got Baker versus Caidren. This is Baker's second race. Last time he had a bit of a meltdown in a couple spots, so we'll see if he can perform as consistently as we know he can. I'm personally very excited for this race. Welcome back, and we're off.
Thank you very much. All right, so let's see how this race goes. Looks like Caidren missed the rupee, actually. I don't think it really matters considering they're going like for sword, so.
Now, last time we saw Baker's whole swordless lead diminish by the end of Kakariko.
That is true.
So let's see if we can keep it a little longer past Mido Skip.
Absolutely. It would be interesting to see if Baker can have a pop-off run, because I know I've been watching Baker play like a lot recently, and he has been going off. So, and also it'd be interesting to see how Caidren does this time around after their race with Darxer. So. Alright, Baker getting Aquascape first try. Caidren heading off to do Aquascape just now. That's the difference between sword and swordless. I mean, it saves as much time as you're seeing right now, roughly, so...
Yeah. Baker's not going to be saving any more time from route differences past this point.
Besides a few differences in strat, yeah.
Right, but I think for the most part all the swordless alternatives are slower.
Right. Yeah, having to do Mido Skip. Actually, I wonder if Mido Skip is... like, how much slower it is than doing just talking to Mido.
I think if you do it really well, I think it might be faster. Because I remember back in the day...
thinking, yeah.
Back in the day, people used to do it, like, on IQ, but I'm not sure if those were swordless runs.
Oh, yeah, you wouldn't do... at least I don't think you would do Mido Skip with sword. Like, it just wouldn't make sense. Alright, as Baker said last time, that Kakariko didn't exist, so let's see Baker's first Kakariko of the day. Looking great already.
Everybody taps that corner. It's a canon event.
It is a rite of passage, absolutely. Mido Skip still saves time with sword. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Mido Skip is just I mean, if you do it really well, it can be super fast. Looks like Caidren actually missed the west to Kakariko, which is unfortunate.
I think he dropped ESS as soon as he hit land.
Hmm. Ooh. I was starting to get a little scared at the time of day with that, but
I'm not sure how tight it is once you miss the west and talk to the owl.
I actually don't know either. Whenever I used to do Kakarot, I was like a habitual resetter. Oh no. Baker missing the grab of the fence or the ladder there, unfortunately. But yeah, I was a habitual resetter, so if I missed that, even though it wasn't a run killer, I would just reset. I don't know why. It's just something like, you know, when you're in the mood of doing runs, like you just want to pump them out. So
Right. I mean, that's
Really
just
good
a mistake
lineup.
that a lot of beginner runners make.
yeah, that's true. The way that I've started to look at it now is that if my, like, in a category this short, if my run isn't within a minute of the world record, or like what the fastest possible time is, I guess, for most people, then like just finish it. Just see it to the end. I think that's the best way to look at it, because I mean, really, if you're still that much further behind than I guess where is possible with the strategies that are out, then it should just be about like consistency, developing that muscle memory, right? So
Right. There's definitely a limit to how bad the run can be before it's not even worth finishing. But first few runs of any category, you just got to see them through if you can.
definitely. Baker on his way out to do Mido skip here very shortly. I'm hoping to see Baker do this one for real this time, first try, so we'll see what happens. You can notice a difference just from like looking at the way that the cuckoos are placed here from Caidren. Like it's these cuckoos are really hard to manipulate, and I mean it makes such a massive difference on the time that it takes to do this segment. I think ooh, okay.
Not sure what that was. Bad angle, maybe?
Oh, I wasn't sure. I wasn't looking at Baker's thing. Let's see. Okay, this is the right frame. One more frame. I think it's one more frame. No, that's the correct frame. Okay.
Beautiful.
All right. There we go.
Technically first try. We'll take that.
Yeah. Little jump slash for the cutscene boost. It's only very, very slight. Very, very, very slight cutscene boost, but
You can see he's right on the edge of that where the flat land meets the slope. So we'll see where Caidren ends up. I'm not sure if he does the recoil or if he just runs right in. But we'll see a difference.
I don't remember from their last run, but we will see now. Very shortly, anyway. I really hope my mic doesn't pick up any music, because my dad's playing music for whatever reason.
I don't hear it.
Okay,
Should be
great.
fine.
Okay, it was a little sketchy, but looks like we're doing good here. Okay, we got the now take skip.
Interesting movement from Caidren. And he missed V1 tip from Baker. still solidly ahead, but that is definitely a time loss.
Oh, and stream disappearing.
Oh,
I don't know
And
what
we're-
happened there at the end. Having some technical difficulties this first day, fortunately. Looking good over Baker. Oh my, we got the
nice scrubs.
really, really good scrubs.
You love to see it.
I believe it was the Ren setup for scrubs. I could be wrong. It could just be general fast scrubs, but very, very well done from Baker there. Caidren just about to enter the Deku tree.
It's very nice to see strats like fast scrubs still done at the high level in the wake of Dynapoly completely obsoleting even the Gim route. Looking good for Baker. There's the clip. Very nice Goma clip. Now we're starting to see
Yeah,
the
Baker getting that.
consistency from Baker that he's known for.
Baker might be known for being in Alaska, but he is definitely warming up in such a cold environment after that first run. He's here to show it.
Couldn't have said it better than myself. Caidren opting not to do the anti-grav B1 skip.
No!
Oh my god! I believe that's run over.
That I think he can if he's saved. I think he can still play if he's saved.
He definitely didn't save in Deku Tree, so he'd be going back to just after bugs.
He'd have to do Mido skip again. I don't know how this is going to play out. That is extremely unfortunate, and that is what I was mentioning earlier, the difference between doing swordless and how that affects wrong warp. As you can see, I mean, Baker, very good runner, and still managing to have trouble with that. It is not as easy as it may look sometimes, which really just showcases like the greatness of this category, in my opinion. I think. Wait, I wonder, does he have to pause in Link's house there?
No,
the
because
wrong warp to
he'll
work?
get the intro Deku Tree cutscene again.
Oh, okay. Oh, Baker going for the fast recovery here on Mido skip. And he just almost does it. He almost does it. That is normally how Baker does it when I watch him. He normally just pauses for the shield, but...
Did Caidren drop and recatch bugs?
Honestly, I was so invested in the recovery here, I wasn't paying attention. This definitely got a lot more interesting. Ooh, Caidren just a little short of the crouch stab distance.
There you
Double
go. You have
KO.
to really get in there.
Mm-hmm.
So with Caidren opting not to do Goma Clip, instead doing double KO, Baker is... There's a little bit of time that he can still save, even in having all these... And another missed Mido skip.
Doing B1 jump right now. Getting the setup going.
An interesting B1 skip setup. Oh,
We got a refresh on the stream there. We got the little emote in the corner there for a second. What a great emote that is. And while all that was going on, Baker managed to get Mido skip once again.
Caidren going super safe on the wrong warp.
That might be the first time I've seen a pause buffer for that part of wrong warp in a long time. So I honestly respect Caidren really trying to take the lead here and run with it.
I will be interested to know if he has the stream open, if he knows what Baker's pace is looking like, or if this is just the strat he does.
Well, they are in the same voice channel, so Baker may have said something. I'm not sure though. Baker having to do ISGB1 again. I hope he saves at some point. Like it would make the most sense if he just saved. But I know Baker, so.
I feel like if I was in Baker's position, if I had to use a second safety save, it would take a lot to bring back that kind of deficit.
That is very true. But, I mean, as we've seen before, anything can happen here. Very unfortunately, at this point in the run for Caidren. Almost...
Scared commentators.
Almost commentator's curse there. Almost commentator's curse. But we will see what happens here.
All it takes is a death to the Stalfos to tie this game up again.
That is true. That is very, very true. We wouldn't want to see that, but anything can happen. The movement down the tower is always so scary to watch. Baker getting the frame here. Oh, I think Goma might have been a little too far away. This looks like the right frame, though. Oh, man. I don't know what could be going wrong here. I have not done a lot of Goma clip myself, so I can't really tell what's going on. I think Baker has to wait till the 8th now. Let's hope Baker has good memory, because I honestly, when it comes to tricks like this, I don't know how to count. So let's hope Baker can count better than I can.
I've already lost count.
He's moving right on the flips. I see. Okay. Ooh. A little close for comfort here on Caidren's side.
Caidren not opting to do the ISG kill.
Honestly, I think the crouch stab is a little bit more safe because you're actually shielding. So
This is a good point. We did see in a previous race the ISG camera does not do you any favors in combat.
very true. You know, I don't know if this is possible for Baker, considering he's still... Oh, well, definitely not now after the commentator curse. It would be really interesting to see how close this is, though. Getting the wrong warp now. No!
Adrian losing his
Another
shield.
burn of the shield. And then the crash! No! Oh my gosh.
Fully
Not
turning this
again.
race around. Caidren is, I believe, going back to
No.
bugs.
I don't know.
Sorry.
Oh no.
Wow.
That is so unfortunate. Did that happen to Caidren last time as well?
That is one of the 2 or 3 most common places to burn your shield, but
Yeah.
one of only 2 that can crash, I believe.
Yeah, as I stated earlier, when adult Zelda is on screen talking to child Link and this text pops up on screen right here, this is a perfect crash to showcase it. When this text pop up on screen, the game doesn't know what to do. So goodbye to that run. That is extremely unfortunate. Looks like Baker's first rock isn't going to be good here. This second rock is really small, but he can still do it. He can still do it. He's got the frame. All he needs to do is shield and target.
Not the
Okay.
Hess.
On target frame was correct. One more frame. Oh, a little too far. And he gets hit by a rock. Unfortunate. He's going to have to go with Void Warp now. Everything was correct leading up to that point, but... Oh, took damage there, unfortunately. Another succulent drinking of bugs. Any bug drinkers in chat?
Any hungry runners?
I could really go for a nice serving of bugs in a bottle.
Hmm.
That'll still work. If he retargeted. Oh. I'm big now.
Commentators making it to the big screen.
Any boogers? Got us. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, we might as well use the dead space. That's right. I know it looks like I'm in the void, but the person who's actually in the void is Baker currently. So, let's I think if you know, maybe if Baker's a true gentleman, if he doesn't get the kiss here, he should also just Okay, he's getting the kiss. Yummers. Mountain Dew product placement. I mean, very nice. Surely you can't get in trouble for drinking a Mountain Dew on stream. Why isn't it a can of bug?
Very good point from Havel in chat. Commentators fully caught. Not on theme.
Very true. Very true. I should reconsider. Bug light.
Adrian making an appearance in chat. This is indeed wrong.
I do agree. The next time somebody crashes, we should just say, "This is so sad, can we get 50 likes?"
We'll make a part 2.
Yeah, part 2. I really wish that there was something to talk about on Ganon because it's just get ISG and a run in between his legs. But I mean,
Yeah.
I guess we could. You know what that says, guys? You know how to read Japanese? I think you might. That's crazy. You guys might know how to read Japanese after that. I'm gonna take a guess. That might say Ganon. I could be wrong.
I mean, there's really no telling. No one's
Yeah,
played
I
this
mean-
game in English in 20 years.
Very true. That's true. Baker getting
Actually,
the
I don't
backflip
know
here.
when- I don't know when people started using Japanese.
It had to be. If I had to guess, if I had to just guess, it had to be somewhere. This is a broad range, but somewhere between 2006 and 2012. I know that that's quite a bit of a broad range, giving 6 years of leeway for that, but it had to be somewhere from 2006 to 2012. So
2011 sounds right.
yeah, that's closer to what I would think. Where it got popularized, right? Makes
A
sense.
mid-high 25 for Baker. Not the kind of performance we were expecting from me. Oh.
GG.
GG to both runners. An interesting race to say the least.
For sure. I mean, I wasn't expecting to see another crash. Unfortunately, that's what we got, and I'm sure Caidren's not happy about that. As I know restreaming is it seems really freaking annoying.
Okay, we're back. We're back.